well. Pain. Accidentally bit my lip earlier, so kind of dealing with that for a second. Get rewards by purchasing or gifting subscriptions to Timer Riku's channel while they're live in any category. Crunchyroll. What the fuck? Hello, Demon Zuri. I don't know I was allowed subscriptions on Twitch yet. Then again, I haven't applied for the partner program, and I probably never will. Because I think at that point I won't be able to do... Actually, no, did they update their subscription? Where it's like, you can have subscriptions to Twitch and also stream to another site, you just need also Twitch to appear or whatever. I did, yes. Let me download that real quick. When you sent that, I think my mom, I was on the phone with my mother. Yes, let me open that up. And then I'll probably use this instead of the model for right now. Oh no, that's Dave. I was like, can I get rid of this? Like, oh no, that's a work of art right there. All right, we'll just add a new image because this thankfully won't break on me. Rikku Rand Rose. It looks so good. Alright. $1 equals friendship. Okay. Oh. Probably shouldn't look through that just yet, but oh well. All right. I think we're just good to go, but yes. Hello, Demon Zuri. Hello, Ren. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, all right. Let's just hop into it. Always check the menu. I'm starting a chapter. $1, $100 equals what? A firm handshake. Of cult and captivation of creations, conventional or otherwise, of cleanliness and clownliness, of fate, fortune, and fashion, of know nothing and know-it-alls. of pals and promises made and broken. That looks like a Roddy, I think. Uh, Risk Vriska's ancestor, whatever, or at least one of them. So this used to come out week by week, and it was always fun trying to figure out what troll you were going to meet next. Okay. And then you said they had troll cards in the official web pumpkin that revealed all the characters with designs where you can just get okay. Always use the menu when starting a chapter. So volume 1 then. You just crash landed on a planet called Alternia and staggered from the smoldering wreckage of your ship. You are now completely alone in a strange world, desperate for information, for revisions, and possibly a bit of medical attention. But most of all, you are desperate for friendship. Won't someone on this godforsaken rock be your buddy? Any word will do. You're not that picky. Hang on. What's this now? Is someone approaching? Let's good adventures always go left. Yes, someone's approaching. A strange gray-skinned alien clad in blue. Perhaps they'll make for a good friend. Dear God. And just what are you supposed to be? Your stammering reply eventually conveys that you are a lost traveler who is hungry and probably in need of some medical treatment. You're also really lonely and wouldn't mind making a new friend right now. Oh, oh my. Oh, how funny this is. How very droll. You want to be my friend? It's too much. This thing at my doorstep, wishing to know me in any capacity. The hilarity somehow escapes my ability to capture with maniacal laughter. How rare. You apologize for your presumptuous request. You hang your head, turn around, and begin to walk. And just what the fuck do you think you are doing? Who invited you to leave? You were stopped in your tracks immediately and turned to face her again. You're possibly broken ribs or throbbing in pain, but this does not strike you as the right moment to exhibit weakness. It dawns on me that you may have gotten off on the wrong sauntropod. Where are my manners? Ghastly behavior on my part. After all, it isn't your fault you seem to be some sort of hideous freak, is it? And such a tragic creature cannot be held responsible for such a devastating shortfall of social competence. I would weep for you, really. Except that crying out of three eyes at once gets a bit messy. So instead, I think I'll be saving my tears for someone less offensively worthless. You aren't sure if she's inviting you inside, or if she just got you to stay a little longer so she can insult you some more. You try to remain stoic, while your confrontational new friend decides what to do with you. Unfortunately, you sniffle slightly. Oh dear, you're sad? So amusing to me, mildly endearing even. Perhaps. I'll decide later if it's endearing. Once I have more information, it's entirely possible I will retroactively decide it's disgusting. But for now, try to put yourself at ease. You completely pitiful fool. Not one sniffle more. Do you understand? You nod while practicing exemplary control over your nose. Yep, this is Homestuck, trademark, well, Hiveswap, trademark, copyright. You've got yourself so agitated. I wonder why. Music do be a bit loud? Alright. There you are. What is my value, man? Andrew Hussey for all volumes. Ah, James Roach. Fortnite Funny Moments, Epic Fails, episode 413, Malik's theme. Imagine if you were a situation where I wrote the bulk of the song at 4 a.m. and then woke up only to discover the monstrosity I created. My fleeting hubris. Oh, it's Pausetta. Troll kind cannot gain anything without first giving something in return. To obtain something of equal value must be lost. That is alchemy's first law of equivalent exchange. In those days, we truly believe that to be the world's one and only truth. End of friend at Galian. Clown fucker. Nice. You've gotten yourself so agitated. I wonder why. You've nothing to worry about for me. Of course, I will be your friend. Conditionally, I mean. There is a chance the designation will be formalized if you behave in ways that I approve of. Starting now. Let's call it a friendship in progress. Agreed? Oh no. A bad bitch. What am I gonna... Your heart swells. This is what you've been waiting for. A new friend. Oh gosh. All I have to do now is try not to fuck up anything up at all. Possibly for many hours. Come to my hive this way after me. You look like you could use nourishment. I don't know what it is that whatever you are eat. Generally. But it doesn't matter. You will eat whatever it is I have on hand. If I tell you to. How does that sound? How does that sound? I'm saving. I think is she someone that wants you to put up a fight, or is she someone who wants you to just be complicit? It sounds good. I'll do what you say. Obviously sounds good. You will definitely enjoy it. You will enjoy everything I provide you with and tell you to. I can't imagine any sort of negativity or disagreement coming from one of my friends. I assume that we share this philosophy when it comes to this friendship. You say, oh yes, absolutely. You nod as enthusiastically as you can without aggravating your broken ribs. You consider giving her a thumbs up as well, until you realize one of your arms is probably broken too. You'll try to make sure she doesn't notice though. It would probably leave a bad impression. Come with me. There's something I need your help with. You follow her into her hive. It's a bit gloomy in here. You suppose she's going to fix you something to eat soon, as promised. She's gonna make you clean, isn't she? You pass through her kitchen and out the other side to another room. Okay, you guess dinner can wait. This way. Try not to let any of your broken limbs slow you down. A good friend wouldn't allow this trifling physical ailment to cause me any inconvenience. Oh, so you guess he does know you're injured. Fair enough. You hobble a little faster, through another door into a much darker room, and now down a flight of stairs. It's hard to see. They're tortured along the walls ahead. A monstrous noise rumbles below. Don't mind her. She's just hungry. She's always hungry, though. What's that? You're hungry too? I have not forgotten. What sort of piece of shit friend do you take me for? You didn't remind her that you're hungry. You thought it, though. Can she read your mind? You hope not. That's going to make this friendship in progress a bit awkward. Here we are. This is where you'll be most useful to me as a friend. Slave, servant. But what are we? You look around. With a sense of relief, you see no sign of whatever hungry thing was rumbling down here. You are less relieved to see several other kids trapped in cages of various shapes and sizes. One of them makes eye contact with you. The boy is the same kind of alien as her. Horns and all, he has a dark red symbol on his shirt. His expression seems to plead with you. He struggles to say, "Help." Your new friend looks unamused and twitches her finger. "Help," he says. "Hello?" By which I mean hello, of course. Looks like you're the new friend in progress chosen by the great and beautiful Ardata. She's my savior, my reason for being. I'm nothing without her. I'd hollow myself out and let her make a nest inside of me, if she'd permit it. You turn away from this boy. You don't want to hear anything he has to say. Ever again. Don't mind him. He's always regarded himself as a comedian. Come over here. This is what I need your help with. If you're going to grovel, if you're going to have any value to me as a friend, you're led to a dank corner of this, well, you're going to call it like you see it, this dungeon. Your new friend has a dungeon full of sad, suffering children, and presumably a monster lurking somewhere in here as well. It's not ideal. Then again, social beggars like you can't be choosers. I've been having an awful time with it. But you can do it for me. It will save me time. You look at the thing in question. You doubt she's been having an awful time with it. You doubt this because it's still in its box, looking completely untouched since it was brought down here. It's a box containing a table? A table that looks obviously like it was designed to keep a person strapped to its surface. I will need you to assemble it. Here's a screwdriver in case you need it. I will assume other required tools are contained within the box. You take the screwdriver with your non-broken arm. This isn't exactly what you had in mind. You know what you had in mind, really? A warm meal, a friendly banter, perhaps a sling on your arm, and a remedial balm on your ribs. Still, you open the box without protest. Average friend buys IKEA moments. Hold on, before you start, this will make for excellent content. Okay, Ojo-sama. My fans will appreciate this. She sets up a video recording device on a tripod and points it at you. A video feed comes to life on several monitors just behind you. You see in one corner of a screen an unflattering angle of your torso hunched over the furniture box. Other rectangles contain shots of the other kids in cages around the room. You suppose cameras were pointing at them too. You had no idea this friendship came with the perks of instant stardom. Now you may begin. She's suddenly sitting in a comfortable looking chair facing you and holding a chalice swishing around some viscous liquid it contains. You have all the parts spread out on the floor, organized according to their labels and instructions. Ah, he's a bit of a James May, I see. Try to remember the last time you assembled something like this. I don't recall enjoying it, to be perfectly honest. This doesn't look like it'll be fun at all. He frowns conspicuously. Oh, how sad you are. I'm sorry. Is this activity not to your liking? She can read your mind. Stop thinking, numbnuts. You reassure vigorously that, no, it actually looks amazing. You love shit like this. It's what you were born for, you say, as you swoosh the screwdriver around, demonstrating your plainly evident skill with the tool. Forget the thing you just thought. Completely arbitrary and wrong thoughts pop into your head all the time. It meant nothing, you swear. Yeah, you better think that real fucking hard, mates. Yes, I hear that a lot. I don't like that I find her attractive. Fellas, I'm gonna be honest. This is where I get the shotgun. I don't like this. Continue. It's this pose that I actually really like. Rubber Ducky song is a great way to battle against miners. Also, what? I know, Demon Zuri, I know. You open the little bag full of screws. Jesus, there were like 50 screws to this thing? Where could most of these screws possibly even go? Judging from the picture, the table doesn't really seem that complicated. You look at your screwdriver, then study the screws. Every single one requires an Allen wrench. Does this even come with an Allen wrench? The instructions seem to suggest it does. You look around, you don't see one. Did you open the bag too forcefully? Did the Allen wrench go bouncing off into a dark dungeon crevice nearby? Maybe you lost some of the screws too. Damn it. You begin to sweat and look around nervously. Check underneath one of the parts. No, it's not under there. You grip the screwdriver a little tighter. You know what to do next. This feels like me suffering is probably what you want right here. Me attempting this is like, oh, another one that's not entertaining. No, this one's no fun and I get thrown into a fucking cage. This one, it's like I'm at least amusing her. You thought it would be best not to complain about the missing Allen wrench. Your friend would probably consider it bad form. So just make do and twist in all the screws by hand as best as you can. Your broken arm isn't making this any easier. You favor the other one and props pieces into place precariously, leaning against each other while you nudge them into position for your legs so the screw holes align. It's really frustrating work, you're not gonna lie. As you're twisting in the first screw, the groove slips and the screw gets stuck, but you've already turned it too tight. Now it's hard to get it out. You twist it in reverse harder, but your fingers slip and the table pieces start to slide. They're gonna fall. You react to catch them, but it's too late. The heavier pieces tip over and slams you in the broken ribs and the way to the floor. It hits the floor with a bang. The struck screw pops out and goes bouncing 10 or 15 feet away, settling deep underneath a piece of dungeon furniture. God, you're probably going to need to get that. You hear a light chuckle. Good. Good. Yeah. Yeah. If you're suffering, she's happy. No. It's this kind of bitch. Takes another sip from her chalice and settles even more comfortably into her chair. Is she enjoying this? You think she's enjoying watching you struggle to put this stupid thing together? Maybe a little too much. I'm assuming she took out the Allen wrench. Like, she went through, either she did or, had someone else do it. Like, meticulously put that box back together. And then she took out, like, a few things just to screw whoever she decided to do this next. You think she's enjoying watching you struggle to put this stupid thing together? Maybe a little too much. Nevertheless, you continue. A friend is a friend, and you don't like to let your friends down. You've committed yourself to this project. You'll get the screw out from under there a bit later. Maybe when you need the final screw, you turn your attention back to the table pieces and you try a different strategy. You place the biggest part, the table platform, flat on the floor. The legs would be pointing upwards if they were attached. You position one leg in the right spot in alignment with the holes. Sit on the table platform and steady the leg with your feet. Grab another screw and concentrate. You sound so pleased. It's strange, you admit, for watching this sort of activity make someone so happy. It's strange to admit for watching this sort of activity to make someone so happy. But you also have to admit to taking a certain pride in it. Wonderful, actually, to feel useful, wanted, important even, if only somewhat menial to a great new friend who has discovered a way for your talent to improve her life. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice one of the caged kids reaching out with his hand. He's concentrating. Then you notice the screw you lost slowly slide out from it. He's concentrating. Then you notice the screw you lost slowly slide out from it from underneath its hiding place. Nice, everyone's working like a team down here. Overall, Arteta does not look at the kid, but sneers a bit. She reaches towards him, and he appears to have trouble breathing. After a moment, you notice the screw slowly slides back under the thing. She releases him from his breathing problems, resumes her pleasant expression, and takes another sip from the chalice. You guess that was against the rules? You decide to make a note of it. Your friend runs a tight ship down here. You can respect that. About an hour later, you have all 4 legs on him, plus some other accoutrements attached. You wrestle mightily with the thing to get it upright, using only your good arm. Even she may have forgotten about the final missing screw, you doubt the table needs it. You decide you won't bring it up if she won't. You give it a test. It's pretty wobbly since you were only able to tie in the screws with your bare fingers. But again, she doesn't seem to mind because it's about to fall over, isn't it? She reclines, has a look on her face which makes her appear absolutely enamored of your handiwork. She had finished her drink, and the chalice is on the side table. Some awful-looking things crawl along the floor towards her. It looks like some sort of spider, the size of an average dog. Its abdomen is preposterously large. Actually, you think it's a huge tick. That's what it looks like. It settles just in front of her. She puts her legs on top of it and crosses them. It settles under their weight and grumbles. Let's try it out, shall we? No. You shrug. You sit down at the rather rickety table. You're about to lie down, but she interrupts you. No. You fool. You absolute fool. What do you think you're doing? It's not what I meant. Get up. You stand up, embarrassed. Again, without looking at the caged kid, she raises an arm towards him and beckons. He stares blankly and opens his own cage, which apparently wasn't locked. He shuffles vacantly over to your table and lies down on its surface. She looks at you expectantly. You aren't sure what to do. What? You didn't think I'd be playing table stickball on that thing, did you? You aren't sure what table stickball is. Oh, you really are pretty simple, aren't you? It's like this. A major version of arena stickball, played on a table. Got it? You don't. But you nod. Now, go to it. Hi, Rikku. Also now work on Riku's avatar. Hello, Maxwell. Hello. You shackle the kid's arms and legs to the table. That seems to be the right thing to do since the thing comes fitted with shackles. She gets up and lifts her huge tick-like pet. It makes more grumpy noises. She plops the enormous thing right down on the kid's chest. He appears rendered unable to protest. The tick bites the boy's neck and begins to feed. She smiles and pats its swelling abdomen. Dark, rust-colored blood. Ah, of course, the rust blood. Blood drools from the place where it has attached to the boy's neck. Moments go by while she looks gratified by the process. Proud, almost. And then she looks at you expectantly. Well, you don't know what she means. The final screw. Aren't you going to retrieve it and screw it into whatever it needs to go to? The job isn't done. I don't keep the company of many individuals who leave things unfinished, you know? Of course. What are you thinking? You should have known your friend wouldn't let that go unnoticed. Actually, you feel like an idiot for thinking about it. You stoop very low to the ground, on your knees, placing your cheek just above the floor. You appear under the large edifice. It's dark in there, and goes back a ways. Lots of room for that darn little screw to roll. You take a few pitiful swipes with your good arm, but come up empty. It must be further back. You think you can see it? Yeah, that must be it. Just a little further. You have an idea. A tool would be helpful. Guess the screwdriver will come in handy after all. How did she know? Your new friend must be very wise. You think you're liking her. You think you're liking her more every minute. You grab the screwdriver and feel around with it. Yes, you got it. You think. You carefully scrape it closer to yourself and then pick it up. You then go back to the table and find the one remaining hole you left unscrewed. You slide under the table as a mechanic would with a car. There it is. The table is creaking and wobbling quite a bit now. The tick is really getting into its dinner, it seems. All the loose screws in the table have added up to a lot of give and leeway in the overall stability of the furnishing. Maybe the final screw will help. Ardita has returned to the setup with the monitors. She's adjusting some settings on the feed, controlling the zoom on the cameras, and typing some remarks into a chat window. This is very good material today. It's not often that I can provide content of this caliber to my subscribers. I mean, with everything else, it's kind of obvious, but still. Go on. Complete your project. This will be very good. Am I about to be crushed? You think it's weird that she likes watching you put furniture together so much, but you're not one to judge friends. Sounds like a great way to lose friends, honestly. Screwing the it kind of sounds like Tavros right now. Screwing the final screw, but the stresses on the table causing the holes to be misaligned. This won't be easy. The huge tick shifts its grotesque body above you, causing the table to creak loudly. You nervously slide halfway out from under the table to check it out. Then a loud pop. The sound of scraping metal. 6 or 7 screws shoot out of the desk like rivets in a sinking submarine. What a piece of shit this thing is. You think it's a little too late. You really needed that Allen wrench. All 4 legs splay dramatically out from underneath at once, like a baby deer on ice. The tail platforms come crashing down on your lower torso, breaking your pelvis. You bellow in pain, the flail to put yourself out. You forgot that you're still holding the screwdriver, and you're desperate flailing. You plunge the screwdriver into the fat abdomen of the tick, which begins gushing out rust blood with great force, spraying your entire upper body and face. The beast starts thrashing wildly and screaming. You can't see your new friend due to the blood in your eye, but you can't imagine she's thrilled about what's going on here. Your annihilated pelvis is in perfect agony. You have to get your miserable torso out from under this shitty table. You have an idea. With your broken arm, you start slapping the big ass of the screaming tick while yelling, "Yeehaw!" You clutch the screwdriver handle with your other hand hard. The blood-gushing monster starts kicking and rearing, then blasts off across the dungeon floor like a pig at a rodeo. You hold on for dear life, still blind, but your plan works. You've been pulled out from under the tomb you've spent the last hour constructing for yourself. Your pelvis is in ruins. At least you're free now and riding like the wind. As you and the blood-spewing tick go tearing across the room, crashing into stuff, you hear a boy crying. You guess Ardita became distracted enough by your foolish play to seize her paralyzation method on him. Or maybe distracted is the wrong word. Maybe she's disappointed by your foolishness. Oh god, you might be blowing it right now. The tick swerves suddenly and starts running up the stairs. Ow, 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 your bristled pelvis feels every step of the way up. It careens through the rest of the hive, crashing through the front door, then comes to a sudden halt. You're catapulted violently over its backside and sail 50 yards through the air. You land on your ass and wipe the blood from your eyes. Okay, this was embarrassing. But everyone makes mistakes, right? You can still salvage this friendship. You know you can. You turn back to look at her hive. Ardita is standing in her doorway with a furious look on her face. She is flipping you off. You will not be my friend. No. Rejection? But how? Get the hell out of here. First, clear your head and try to think some innocent thoughts. Fluffy clouds in the sky, ironing some clothes, a winning touchdown pass from the sports. Arta's long black hair spilling over her cloak. Wait. Okay, these are not innocent thoughts. Shut it down. Shut it down. There's no time for thinking. You have to act. You hurl the screwdriver at her and run. She calmly lifts a hand towards one of the kids in the cages. The kid tenses up and lifts a hand in the direction of the screwdriver. Screwdriver freezes midair, right in front of Arta's head. You run up the stairs. She twitches the finger. The caged kid does a full body spasm, and the screwdriver goes sailing towards you. It stabs deep into your leg, and you buckle over, tumbling backwards down the stairs. You're a crumpled heap at the bottom of the stairs, bleeding, and you think your arm's broken in 2 places now. That didn't seem very friendly to me. Well, luckily for you, I'm very determined to make this relationship work. Even ones with people who flee simple furniture assembly projects. She stands over you. You attempt to pull the screwdriver out of your leg, but your entire body locks up. You can't move. She holds an outstretched hand just above you. You shouldn't try to move yet. And you certainly shouldn't try to pull out that screwdriver. You'll get blood everywhere. To my 3 little eyes, under the present conditions, it seems to me that only one of us should attempt walking up these stairs. You feel relieved? Perhaps she has some alien means of levitating you up the stairs? Wait, no. Your body's tensing up again. It's moving without your permission. You get up to your feet without taking the screwdriver out. Wow, that hurts. What is she making you... Wait, what? She can't be. You use both of your arms and all of your strength and pick her up entirely. The pain from your arm is excruciating. Arms with broken bones are not meant for heavy lifting. The additional weight on your wounded leg isn't great either. Oh my gosh. This bitch. Adios, Sama. You hold her as a groom would hold a bride. She wraps her arms around your neck to hang on to you in what strikes you as an overly familiar manner. She looks directly into your eyes and grins. This is better. Now, onward and upward, new friend. Someone give me the fucking gun. Your leg begins to operate without your consent. They wobble and struggle under the weight. The wound throbs. You lumber back up the long flight of stairs, carrying her all the way. You take her back to the kitchen and set her down in a chair seated at a table. You didn't think I'd forget about dinner time, did you? Oh boy. Let's put your unfriendly behavior behind us. It's a good thing for you that I'm benevolent enough to overlook disgusting acts of betrayal. You may have noticed I keep several friends in my hive who I have similarly forgiven. Consider the transgression of blood beneath the abattoir. You exhale. Now she mentions it. Yes, you are hungry, and yes, you are ready for more punishments. Maybe a warm meal will lift your spirits and get this heretofore turbulent friendship back on track. Maybe you don't get the chance to pull the screwdriver out of your leg. You pull out a chair and attempt to sit down, but your legs lock up. And then you stand again. Apparently this was not the right thing to do. Oh? Why are you sitting? There's cooking to be done. You stagger mechanically over to the fridge and open it. You pull out a large hunk of some sort of alien mystery meat and put it on the counter. With your broken arm, you reach in agony and anguish for a big dangly meat cleaver. You chop the hawk, wincing with every swing of the cleaver. You place the sliced meat in a frying pan, sear it lightly, and serve it on a plate very rare, just the way your new friend likes it. You didn't know that's the way she likes it, but you surmise this is what she prefers in a piece of meat, since technically she's the one doing the cooking. You put it on the table in front of her, along with a fork and a knife beside it. Your muscles relax as you apparently are allowed to control your own body again. She does nothing except for look at you with a pleased expression. You eye the meat in front of her, then the meat on the counter, and the chair on the other side of the table. What should you do? Prepare a plate for yourself? Is that what she wants you to do? Well, it looks like you're confused. Isn't it obvious what to do next under your own volition? A good friend would know what to do. In fact, I don't think a good friend would take nearly as long to decide what's the right thing to do. It actually seems to me that a very rude friend would hesitate for as long as you are hesitating. Or perhaps someone who is not a friend at all. You begin to sweat again. You clearly don't have much time to make up your mind. If you wait for even a few seconds longer, you'll probably be guilty of being a bad friend. Maybe even a dreadful one. That's not the type of person you like to think you are. What will you do? Feed her. This feels like the only obvious thing to do. She's looking at you quite expectantly. You reach for the fork with your good arm. You go for the knife with your other. You can't do it. The armor is much less serviceable when the muscles are not being forced via psychic override to disregard the pain response. Nevertheless, she looks at you patiently and smiles. That's nice of her. You think, not to be mad about it. You feel like you're growing closer to your new friend by the minute. You put the fork down and pick up the knife with your good arm. You cut the meat into several pieces with a careful sawing motion. You put the knife down and pick up the fork and stab a piece. You put it close to her mouth. She seems pleased. Very good. Nice technique. Well-sized morsels, too. She chews the meat with excellent form. She has very good table manners, you think. Once she finishes the pieces, you slice off some more and continue. The meat looks very good. Your mouth is watering, but she doesn't offer any. Oh well, it's the right time for you to eat too. You're sure she will let you know. The meal is finished. There is no more meat except for a few pieces of unchewable gristle, which you do not try to feed her. That'd be thoughtless. Very bad service. She reclines and steeples her fingers, looking quite pleased with how the evening has gone so far. I'm not sure why she's laughing. Did you do something funny? Oh my. What a fool. You point to yourself, wondering if she's referring to you. You know what you've done that was foolish. If so, you're also still not sure what she finds so amusing. She pauses her laughter for a minute or two, then slowly begins to frown. A faint blue tear rolls down her cheek from her bottom eye. The truth is, I don't even know why I'm laughing. This isn't very funny. What's happening here? It was a good dinner. You did a good job, whoever you are. She puts her face in both of her hands and sobs quietly. You have no idea what to do about this. You stand there, still holding the fork, feeling a bit useless. There's a lot of pressure, you know. Being so respected and admired for your high status in this world. I didn't ask for this. To be superior to so many. Much is expected of you. Much is presumed about your personality will be before you develop one. I don't know. I mean, you're no Nepeta. You're kind of acting like a bastard like most of the other blue bloods. You work hard and build a brand based only on what you think people presume you should be like. Sometimes I wonder, am I even that good at being sinister? Could I be more sinister if I tried harder? Maybe this is not my true calling after all. Demon Zuri made it. You begin to offer words of sympathy. This all seems heartbreaking to you. Your poor new friend. Well, your jaw muscles contract and your mouth shuts involuntarily. You guess it's not your turn to speak yet. Okay, that works for you. You like to be a good listener to your friends. But what would happen if I changed my brand? If I stopped being so sinister online? My friends, my followers will deride and reject me, and my superiors will eat me alive. If I show weakness, if I scale back my bloodthirsty content, Will I incur the scorn of a wise-ass clown with 100 million subscribers? Oh. Are all fucking clowns purple bloods? Are they just all of a high religion for some fucking reason? Clowns. All clowns are purple, yes. Motherfucker. Alright. Will I be in a cage someday, listening to a fucking fool honking his horn for likes? Not all clowns are of high religion. Okay. No. I must persist. How lonely it is to know this is all I can do until the day I leave this planet. I have no material or sensory comforts left for me here. Jugulators are the religious ones. Okay. Until I can get on a ship and fly away, pain is my only solace. Your hand holding the fork grips it tighter. You're horrified to realize what it is in the process of doing. You bring it down in her hand, which is placed flat on the table. She doesn't flinch or react in any way. 3 traits of cerulean blood flow from the tines where they pierce her skin. That wasn't friendly, you think. But then, you weren't the one who did it, were you? You're so confused. My subscribers are not real friends. They adore me only for my sinister content. The show I provide, my wicked, infectious laughter. I get jealous of them sometimes, because they get to watch my content. It must be thrilling, I think. But maybe I'm just jealous of them because they get to be the people who aren't me. This is fucking deep, I know. Apologies if you can't relate. She pulls the fork out of her hand and lays it gently on the plate of gristle you didn't feed her. The people downstairs in the cages aren't my friends either. They act like they're my friends though, and sometimes I even believe it. They don't really want to be friends with me. Nobody does. Ma'am, I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure I'm a massive tool and my feelings are genuine. And I think you know this. The only person who's ever really wanted to be my friend, who's ever tried to be, is you. You clear your throat and point to yourself innocently. That's it. I've decided. You have passed the test. You'll become my friend officially. I've just moved up to servant at this point. I am no longer cage dweller. I am now butler. As such, I think a reward is in order. I don't like these thoughts you have, lady. I don't like the thoughts you have at all. You're overjoyed. Your heart starts racing. You can't believe it. A new real friend. But you don't have much time to enjoy this achievement. Your body's doing something else again. You bend down in a strained motion and pick up the plate and fork. You position the plate over your wide open mouth and scrape in all the remaining gristle and begin chewing. Adjust some. It's virtually inedible. Your mouth humors the act of chewing for 2 seconds, and then you swallow all of it whole in one painful gulp. Tastes like friendship. That was a load of barnacles. So, First try win. So there are 18 episodes. So this might run me. So if I do a volume a stream, that's like what, 3 to 4 weeks of this? That's not bad. I could probably do 2 volumes on certain days. I think starting out though, I would want to go light because I need to build up those muscles of reading aloud. Because man, I've told this story many times. After high school, I swore off singing and I swore off reading aloud. Each ending has 2 bad endings and 1 good ending. Okay. All right. Damon Zykali. You gonna share that bratwurst? Yes. Someone's approaching. A strange gray-skinned alien with a cozy-looking vest. Perhaps they'll make her a good friend? You know what? I'm gonna say Damon's probably gonna be even more of a rat bastardess than Ardita. What's up? Oof. Hang on. I didn't get a good look at you before I started talking. I guess you're really weird looking. Kind of uncomfortable like this. Oh, that's cute. I always like characters that have this mouth shape. Has quirk is hot dog buns, by the way. Oh! Okay, that's what that symbol is. Got it. Okay. Your standard reply eventually conveys that you are a lost traveler who's hungry and probably in some need of medical attention. Those are really lonely and wouldn't mind making a new friend right now. Hungry, huh? I see what your game is. You aren't sure what he's talking about? Then your eyes drift towards the obvious target. That exquisite looking hot dog he's holding. It looks really, really good. Your mouth starts watering noticeably. Oh no. I knew it. You're just like the rest. Your agenda is to have me relinquish my delicacy. Well, forget it. I've been tricked out of 2 other oblong meat products this week already. I know you probably think I'm an easy mark due to my blood color, but I still have some dignity at least. Is he a rust blood? Is the color of the box like the color of their blood then? You don't know anything about his blood color or why that would matter in this conversation? You can tell by the box colors. By the boxes, yes. Okay. Or why that would matter in this conversation about his hot dog? You're hungry, sure, but you didn't mean to cast a threatening gaze at his meal. All you really want is to make a new buddy. You don't feel quite so alone in this strange new world. I see. You just want a friend and not my sweet meat? A whole conversation just flashed before my eyes. Sorry, I got a little paranoid walk around such delicacies in public. You can't be too careful. Folks tend to get that greedy look in their eyes around my warm sausage. I'm not helping this hypothetical conversation either. These are odd ways to refer to express the things he's saying, you think? But let's turn that down a bit more. But it'd be rude to point that out. Probably best to change the subject. Get this blossoming friendship moving in the right direction. Yeah, that music was yelling. Yeah, his song is really banging. It wants you to know it's there. Oh, let's get the bad ending out of the way then. Forget it. I'm leaving forever. Bye. Disrespectful. Askby lives nearby. Yeah, or I used to, I mean. My place was bombed by drones a while ago. Now I don't have a hive, but I'm making it work out here. Foraging for tasty things when I can. I'm getting pretty good at it. Talking people into giving me meat products, I mean. Cool to feel a sense of pity for your new friend. You thought you had it rough. Crash landing here, hungry and friendless, and come to think of it, feels like your arm is broken. Your ribs too. Maybe. But enough self-pity. This is about making a new great friend. You ask your friend if there's anything to do to improve his life. Oh, wait. Are we friends now? Like, is that official? Man, I don't know. Why don't we slow it down a bit, see how things go? I'm not saying it's out of the question. I just think I should take some time to see if you're actually friendship material. Someone I trust, you know? Not just another looky-loo gunning for my delicacy. Oh, damn. You got out over your skis again. Of course he's right. This is totally reasonable. This is cute. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Motherfucker. The V mouth. I think the V mouth's really cute. When characters have that. You feel sure you can do what it takes to win him over. You make a mental note to avoid looking at or mentioning his hot dog. It seems to be such a sensitive subject. You do everything in your power to avert your gaze from the hot dog. You are aggressively not looking at it. In fact, don't think hot dog thoughts. Don't think hot dog thoughts. It's working. You aren't thinking about hot dogs at all. It's like he isn't even holding one, and no one ever even brought up the fact that hot dogs exist. He seems to notice on some primal level your current non-hot dog mindset. He smiles. You pay closer attention to the boy's face. It's just a nice smile he has, actually. Very kind, disarming. A few freckles here and there. A mop of messy hair draping over his eyes. What a nice friend this would be to have, you think. It's kind of adorable, really, if you disregard the prickly attitude about his hot dog. Most guys are a little prickly about their hot dog. I don't have a laugh track. Okay, wait a minute. You don't want to start thinking thoughts that are too friendly? You should dial this down a little. Stick to the basics. You just want a cool new friend, nothing more. You should try to spark up some non-meat related conversation soon, before things get awkward. You wonder about his house. It got bombed? Yeah, you know? Routine drone pass through my hood. A little bombing, a little culling. That's how it goes around here. I was a lucky one. My Lucis, not so much. He's a goner. You don't know what a Lucis is, but you can deduce it was someone important to him, who probably died in the bombing. I was like a full minute inner thought process about hot dog. Rather than overwhelmed with annoying questions about his culture, he decided the right place to show some sympathy. Thanks. I miss them. Sometimes I think. I enjoy savory bun delights as a way of covering up the pain. They're so good though, it's hard to stop. Also, I favored the juicy meat before he died anyway. It's something we did together. How did we start talking about a hot dog once more? Let's drop it. Please, dude, don't bring it up again. You didn't bring it up. You don't want to correct him. The boy is clearly grieving. You see two faint red tears roll down his cheeks from behind the messy bangs. Your heart can't take it. You have to console this homeless boy somehow. Then he'll definitely be your friend. But what to do? The hug is the wrong option. There's no way the other one's the right one. Because this, you're getting right there on the hot dog. This, your hand is away from the hot dog. You keep it simple and pat him on the back a couple of times. Everything's going to be okay. Since you're his new friend, or at least working towards earning that status, he has a new ally to help him with whatever comes his way. He wipes his tears and appears to get himself back together. Your friendly gesture worked. You're right. I shouldn't let the past get me down. In a way, I'm free. I'm off the grid. They probably think I'm dead. No need to worry about knocks on my door because I don't have a door anymore. Maybe I can live off the land for the rest of my life. Scrounging for sumptuous indulgences, wherever I may find them. by rummaging through Ofal drums or smooth talking the right mark. Sounds like the life, honestly. I'll miss my Lucis, but I think he'd be proud of me. If I can make it without him, if I can survive on my own, I know he'd be proud. Maybe I don't even need to leave the planet. I can't test who you can't find. Can't test who you can't find. If I play my cards right, I can probably live to ripe old age with the spinal fucking cod. Like hiding in alleys and sewers, scraping together just enough succulent proteins to keep myself going. Honestly, I don't even need to get by that long, since I have a much shorter lifespan than most trolls. So I think I might be able to make this work. You look confused at the last remark, but again, don't want to be impolite. He holds up his hand as if to tell you not to bother. I can tell you're not from here. It's okay. Rust bloods don't live a long time. Blood classes higher than me live for progressively longer the higher up you go. Sea dwellers live basically forever. It's kind of crazy and seems unfair, but that's how it is. I'd be jealous of them. But I think I'm not. I'm almost grateful I don't have very long to make it in this world. I don't know what I'd do if I had longer. I'm happy to settle into a nice short ride, keep a low profile, take in some good meat along the way. Nothing wrong with that life if you ask me. You understand, it seems like a tragic story, but if your friend has made peace with his destiny, you might as well too. You offer a sympathetic shrug and continue your impressive streak of consecutive seconds not looking at his hot dog at all. He smiles again. He seems to be relaxing, gripping the dog a little less tightly. That's good. You know, you're good at listening. Not many people understand me at all. A lot of people find my overly possessive attitude towards meaty delights to be strange and off-putting. I've heard this more than once and lost some friends that way. Ooh. There's some past personal dramas I do not want to think about, let me tell you. But you're different. Maybe you put me at ease because it's obvious you're even lower than me. No offense, but you are. Drones would vaporize a hornless goof like you, no questions asked. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to scare you. You laugh it off. You're not scared, you say. You've survived worse. You pat your broken ribs and wince. You clutch your sore ribs with your broken arm and wince even harder because of that. Oh man. Looks like that arm hurts, huh? I guess it's broken? Let's see what we can do about that. Here, hold this a second. He hands you his hot dog without hesitation. Oh wow, he wants you to hold it? This is such a remarkable gesture of trust. You're overwhelmed. You generally take the hot dog with your good arm, being very careful. You hold the hot dog from beneath with your fingertips as if it's a priceless, delicate treasure. He takes off his vest and puts it on the ground. He then takes off his shirt and you avert your eyes for a moment, then realize that's silly. Nothing particularly indecent about this, you suppose? And if he's comfortable, so are you. Then he puts his vest back on, takes the hot dog back from you, and hands you the shirt. Here, make a sling out of it. That should help. He's right. It does help. Your broken arm is a lot more comfortable and secure. This shirt smells like meat too. You can't tell if you think that's a bonus or if it's weird. You decide it's a bonus. This is your new friend. He loves meat, and so do you. It's your greatest common interest, in fact. Nice. You know, I think we made a pretty good team. I don't know if I'm ready to officially call you my friend yet, but I may be getting close. You're pressing all the right buttons, man. Just being someone who listens and understands. You have no idea how much that means to me. You're so happy to hear this, it makes your heart sing. Well, if you're keeping it totally real, some of these things he's saying are just a little strange, like maybe this boy wasn't really socialized properly by his Lucis, you guess. You think that might be his dad, but again, you don't dare ask. Not when the positive feelings are flowing like this. Why kill the mood? He gets a little closer and swoops a hand through his thick black bangs. For the briefest moment, you catch a glimpse of one of his eyes. Regarding you fondly, your heart beats a little faster. He puts a hand on your shoulder. You're starting to wonder if all he's interested in is in friendship. You hope that's all he wants. You don't think you're ready for anything more than that. You're desperate for friendship or really companionship of any sort. Well, that's moving pretty fast for you. But you're too nervous to make your feelings clear on all this. If he goes any further, you're not sure if you'll have the will to protest. Listen, dude. this gorgeous meat product we both admire. I'm thinking maybe we should. Damn, bro. Damn. I think that sounds good, actually. Oh my, yes. That sounds wonderful. You're so hungry, and you're beside yourself of gratitude that Damon is willing to share with you something so precious to him. It really means a lot. I have an idea. He brings his face close to yours. He holds the hot dog up between your faces, with both ends of the hot dog pointing to his mouth and your... You're not sure what he wants to do. You can't find the breath to ask. It seems like he wants you to. Eat the hot dog with him, Lady in the Tramp style. Yes, if pressed on it, you'd agree the act is uncomfortably erotic. We have to admit, it is a good way to share a food item, whilst ensuring it gets evenly split. And you absolutely loathe the idea of letting a friend down. It's completely at odds with your values as a person. You chomp down on your end of the hot dog, as he does with his end simultaneously. Holy shit, that is so good. You take another bite, and he times his bite perfectly. He's eerily good at this game. It's throwing off your chewing a bit, which makes you cough a little when you swallow. But you don't feel like you can pause about breaking eating rhythm with him. Maybe might be what a bad friend would do. You keep going, without really quite swallowing as you go. You get closer to his face, which is creating an imminent situation you aren't sure how you're going to handle. You haven't planned for it, and it's coming up fast. The hot dog backlog collecting your throat is getting a bit too heavy. So you try to swallow, but you can't. You gag, cough up all the chewed hot dog matter closely onto his face. He recoils, absolutely stunned. His bangs are blown back and he's staring at you with wide eyes. Hot dog and bun bits are all over his face. He says nothing for a moment. He puts his hand in his throat. Oh fuck, he's choking. He points to his mouth desperately. You need to do something. The Heimlich, of course. That's what friends need. That's what you need to do. You need to save your friend's life. You get behind him and put your good arm around his belly and form a fist. You plunge the fist in under his ribs, trying to dislodge his masticate delicacy. It's no use. You can't get any leverage. You need your other arm. It really hurts though. You'll have to make the sacrifice for your friend. Yes, a friend who may have just tried to trick you into kissing him with a silly hot dog stun. You're not sure how you'll navigate that tricky subject once he's breathing again, but you'll deal with that later. Right now, you have a life to save. You pull your broken arm out of the sling and grab your other fist in front of his belly and squeeze. You try and try and try. His face is turning, well, not blue. Deep red? You guess because his blood is rust colored? Sure, that makes sense. You yank one more time, your broken arm throbbing in pain. A huge gob of chewed hot dog launches out of his mouth like a cannonball. The expulsion creates enough force in the other direction and causes you to actually lift him up into the air and accidentally suplex him onto the mud behind you. You in turn go tumbling over him, and the two of you are soon locked in an inseparable pinwheel of interspecies downhill mayhem. You roll and roll down the grassy incline towards a nearby neighborhood, towards the street. Lucky you stop just short of the street, but Damon's neck lands right on the sharp edge of the curve, and after flipping in the air once or twice, you come down right on his face with your big ass. You hear a crack. Damon, you slap his cheek a little bit. No response. He's not breathing. You check his mouth. Throat is clear of hot dog debris. Oh god. This can't be happening. You look around panic. This isn't what you need right now. All you want is a friend. You can't be responsible for alien murder. You have to hide the body. See if a couple kids creeping out of a house nearby to see what all the commotion is. There's no time. You've got to find a bush or something. There, over there. Looks like a little alien bushy thing. It's pretty small. We'll have to do. You drag the vested shirtless carcass over to the bush. You dump the body in the bush, and it's really not convincing. It looks like a dead kid was unceremoniously dropped on top of a small bush in a poor attempt to conceal a murder. You've come up with you've got to come up with something better. Wait a minute. Someone's standing behind you. Hello, stranger. Don't worry about this little mess you've made. I'll take care of it for you. You open your arms and approach him with a posture of great compassion. You furrow your brow upwardly a bit as if to say, I know how hard it is. You advance, he leans backwards a little, as if caught off guard by your sympathy. Maybe we're coming on too strong, but you know there's no turning back now. You don't just throw the brakes on an imminent, heartfelt hug like this. You embrace him awkwardly, and it goes well for a moment until you realize your arm is broken, and it seizes up reflexively in pain. It jostles a hot dog in his hand, and he bobbles it. You both gasp. You try to detach from the hug as you catch the hot dog, but it's already on its way to the ground. In your attempt to save it, you stagger backwards and slip. The hot dog gets smushed under your big dumb ass the moment it makes contact with the ground. Damon lets out a shriek. Ah, dude, my dog. Scramble to get up in time, hoping you're not as owned as it looks, but your feet keep slipping and your butt keeps grinding the hot dog into the mud. When the carton finally subsides, you roll over and check it out. It's completely unsalvageable, just a gross meaty mud mush, like the hot dog never even existed. Damon howls in agony, slumps backwards against a tree. Oh no, you fucked this up so bad. That's it, man, I've lost everything. I'm not sure the point of even living anymore. You are absolutely mortified by your clumsiness and foolishness. You have a feeling you'll be thinking about this moment for years to come, during those insecure moments when your mind seems to be looking for any excuse to make yourself cringe of self-doubt or shame. Still, you can't help but feel this guy is being a little unreasonable. It's just one hot dog. There are probably plenty more of those to come by, for those who would know where to look in this strange world. He himself said he makes a habit of enjoying these, so they can't be all that uncommon. Maybe he just has an unusual psychological disorder surrounding fixation on this particular food item? Yes, that could be it. Poor guy. That just means he needs your support as a friend all the more. You won't give up on your friends, or for that matter, people who you're trying desperately to become friends with. That just isn't who you are as a person. You have an idea. You run by him with a sense of optimism and salesmanship. The past is behind you. There was no need to wallow in self-incrimination and guilt over the hot dog incident. Damon perks up a little. You want me to help? You want to help me get another hot dog? Absolutely. It could be a fun venture, you say. Something to bond over, to bring two new buddies closer together. Okay, so you don't say that out loud, but you really hope it's true. I don't know. It could be a long shot. Sometimes it could be days before I'm united with another plump treat. Glistening with perspiration, steaming, relaxing comfortably in a soft melt in your mouth. Damn. Now I really want a hot dog. I guess I don't have much choice but to take you up on your offer, I do. Do I? Hey, what do you have in mind? Fuck. What do you have in mind? Good question. You haven't made a plan yet, and frankly, don't even know where to begin. But he's interested in spending more time with you, which is the most important thing. You'll figure something out. You decide a display of confidence called for here. A real show of leadership. A real show of leadership to improve morale. You smile, hold your head up high, and tell him to follow you. You know exactly what to do. Well, not really, but you give no indication of that at all. He's definitely intrigued. You got him hooked now, you think. He's probably wondering if he hit pay dirt, finding a new friend with the hot dog hookup. Of course, you don't have the slightest idea where to find a hot dog, but if you got to admit, you're enjoying the feeling of being important and valued by a potential friend. You won't want to do anything underhanded, yet you can't help but feel you should probably milk this social gambit for all it's worth. This way, you say, as you begin marching confidently in a random direction. He obediently follows and begins rubbing his tummy. You begin to feel nervous almost immediately. You have absolutely no idea how this is going to play out, or if it stands any chance of resulting in a hot dog at the end of the journey. Oh well, He'll figure something out along the way. You lead him through streets and winding through the yards of strange-looking houses, then he follows. He takes care to make sure you both are not seen, which could get you both into trouble, apparently. The improvised, circuitous route appears to provoke his suspicion. Dude, are you sure you know where a dog is? Seems like maybe you're lost. Oh, absolutely. You're absolutely sure you know where to find one, you say. You're just throwing anyone off the trail who might have been following you. He nods solemnly, as if that makes perfect sense. Ooh. But you can't keep him guessing like this forever. You gotta do something. Take some bold action to keep his interest in this wiener quest. Wiener, 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 wiener. You say this way, down here. This is a shortcut to the hot dogs play you're privy to. It's the mother lode. In the sewer? Yes, totally. It's just a short trek through the sewer. Shouldn't be more than another hour or several of sewer trudging. That is if he still has the will to do what it takes to get his hands on more juicy dogs. Oh, hell yeah. You know it. After you, man. An hour later, you're so deep in the sewer, you've lost all bearings and sense of direction. You could be anywhere by now. You've taken so many crazy turns. Still, you don't let up for a second that if you're lost. You've made each turn with decisive conviction. He's still following you, but now he's having trouble keeping up. He's out of breath and struggling with the foul smell. Can't say you're enjoying it much either, but you can't let on the fact that what you're doing now is anything other than the most casual routine for you. Like you do this every day, just a quick jaunt through the sewer to head up to his vast mythical trove of meat products. Okay, when you put it that way, maybe this all sounds a bit insane. Still, you're in too deep to second guess yourself now. Hey, I gotta stop and rest. I can't lie, I'm starving for a like frankfurter, but this might be too much for me. I don't think I'm cut out for this. You pause and look back. He's sitting down now, slumping against the filthy sewer wall. You're intensely relieved to see you may have just won this impromptu game of sewer hot dog chicken. More important than that, this looks like an ideal time to show some sympathy and have a bonding moment with your would-be friend. You sit next to him, and with your broken arm, put a hand on his knee in a platonic but deeply understanding way. Your arm hurts when you do this, but it's worth it. Every little gesture counts when making a new friend. I kind of suck. My looseness is gone, I don't have any skills, and most people think I'm weird for liking hot dogs so much. I'm probably just gonna get cold. I'm not good at going on adventures, doing things hard. All I'm good at is finding an easy meal here and there. However I can get. I like talking people out of their fine sausages. Using tricks or other ploys which ends up me losing friends. It's been unthinkable that anyone would actually do anything nice for me, or would want me to have that sweet, sweet meat I desire. At least it was unthinkable until now. Your heart begins to race. Could it be? Is this shitty improvised sewer escapade actually working? You can't believe it. Nobody's ever done so much or worked so hard to try to get my hands on another magnificent banger. Never feeling emotional like this, but this is new for me. I don't know how to handle it. I'm so grateful. Happy to throw to call you a friend, man. Whatever you are. You're overjoyed. Unbelievable. It's almost too good to be true. What now? It's such a sudden turn of good fortune. You hardly know what to do. But should you hug the guy? Last time that didn't go so well, but this time he's not holding a hot dog for you to clumsily defile. So maybe this is your moment. Wait, what's that? A deep rumbling sound begins to echo through the tunnels. Oh shit! It's a drone, dude. I guess I'm like sewer duty. We gotta run. He gets up, grabs your hand, and sprints. It's a lot faster than he looks when motivated to get moving. He turns this way and that as the rumbling gets closer. But he slipped on something. You both tumble into a river of horrific sludge. Bro, I can't swim, help. Your bad arm finds purchase on the ledge. And though it's very painful, you heroically salvage your friend from the muck with the other hand. He coughs and gasps for breath. Find a nearby ladder, shove him upward until he starts climbing on his own, and follow him. You burst through a lid on the floor. You both flop out of the hole, drenched in filth, smelling horrible and completely exhausted. But at least you're safe, you think. Hey man, I just want to know, even though we didn't find the glorious treasure you were leading us to, I'm happy how it all turned out. Maybe I don't need a hot dog in my life as much as I thought. Maybe that's not the real treasure after all. It's been a journey for me, let me tell you. I'm learning so much about myself, about life, because of you. His bushy hair is slicked back from his eyes due to the sludge. He's giving you a penetrating, soulful gaze of presumably pure friendship. Or is it even deeper than that? Wow, this is intense. Then something catches your eye just above him. Something dangling. Lots of dangling things, actually. Come to think of it, it's really cold in here. Freezing, in fact. You finally realize, holy shit, you're in a weird alien meat locker. You're absolutely surrounded by dangling meat products, including many sausages. Thousands of them. You begin to sob. Your sobbing soon turns to unrestrained wailing of raw catharsis. He joins you and the tears flow freely from you both. You embrace each other and let it all out. Suddenly it hits you, both of you. This is by far the happiest day of your life. Meet heaven. All right. So what's next? So volume 2 of Aesthetics, Crimson and Otherwise, of Ladies Grey and Lucis Whites. Seeing that green lipstick just reminds me of a Kanaya. Also, can we talk about how fucking insane it is that Kanaya and Terezi, mostly Terezi, held up so well in the final fight? Kanaya didn't do much. I found that really funny. But like Terezi, holy shit, she was actually like fighting. The quality increases volume after volume. So of Ladies Grey and Lucis White, are you saying these are some fine ladies, you're saying? Okay. The final fight, yes, for Homestuck. And like the last, some fan favorite ladies, right? Oh yes. All right. Yes, there was one for Homestuck. Well, it's like the one where it's the one 18-minute animation. I think it's is it Collision or Collide? English not being great. But yes, there was a final fight. Collide. It was the three teams of Dave, Dirk, Terezi, and then Rose, Roxy, John, Kanaya, and then the other team was Vriska and all the ghosts. And essentially the trolls, except Vriska's Vriska, but Kanaya and Terezi were not god tiers, but still still holding fucking ground against like each of their respective bosses. And like, of course, the humans were god tiers, the trolls were weren't. But then again, I almost feel like I like the RPG setup where Jane only showed up to heal. Yes. And then she got stuck with, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot to talk about this. One of my favorite parts of that animation is the fucking head acolyte of Rose coming back to save, or kind of to save, Jake and Jane. The head acolyte came back. It was so funny. I can't believe I forgot to mention that for one of my favorite parts in that was the fucking, head acolyte lizard. Geeking out. I am geeking out. I Holmes like second half of Homestuck is just so good. Like I can understand why people don't like the human part or whatever. But if I feel like the trolls wouldn't have been as entertaining if you didn't give them such great foils because yeah, no, the humans are just good foils to the trolls. Like just John just being so fucking so unbothered by Carcat and Carcat just McFucking losing it. It's so good. And then Dave just being able to give the verbal beatdown to Carcat. Jade actually wishing death upon Carcat. It's like, yeah, I'll get along with him. If he gives me the chance, I will rip his head off though. I don't think I don't remember a scene where Carcat and Rose talks, but I feel like because of how Rose is, their conversation would have been more or less like straightforward. I think it would have been along the same lines of how Kanaya and him talks, where sometimes he'll go into his monologues, but more or less it's just business. But yes, I think I mentioned this before. I love the segments, or it's literally a blink and you miss it every time it happens because how quickly it goes. Is the fray motifs. I do love the name as well. The fray motifs. Also, I really like the trolls god tier outfits because you get to see them briefly whenever like their ghost selves pop up. I think trying to remember if Nepeta's looked really good. The Longhorn Queen. Oh, yes. Are you talking about when she's still a teenager or the one where she's actually like uh where she's essentially just a black silhouette? Both, yes, got it. Uh I like her. She was fed up with shit. I like it. Also, oh my gosh. Seeing Karkat start acting like his ancestor a bit towards the end of the comic or the webcomic. I sat there as like, oof. But then I was like, nah, Karkat would never. Not my goat. Not my not my goat. Uh because his ancestor was just the this like a PC warrior essentially. But like he still had that raw hatred in him that Karkat has. It's just that he learned how to like butter it up so fucking well with all the flowery language. But I remember that I forget who someone makes him snap and he has that same hatred that Karkat has and he goes, sorry, that wasn't very friendly of me. I really do not remember anything. I just remember the nerd. Oh yeah, Car Cat. Yeah, Car Cat. He's typing. John's like, John, I gave your universe cancer. I fucked up. I didn't mean to give your universe cancer. Uh, I do like the dub. I think Carcat's voice actor deserves a fucking medal just from having to do that voice and having to read out as many lines as he did during the troll arc. Yeah, someone made a voiceover dub for the comic. It goes pretty decently into Act 6. I I listened to Homestuck. I listened to the guys' dub. Um yeah, until I caught up. I think it's like 140 videos or something. They still have a lot. Like I think they still have a lot of chapters to cover. So I think where the comic or where the dub left off was like page 3,500 or something. And then I just read like the last 1,600 pages by myself. It was nice because I would there are some parts I would not like to interact with. Yeah, no, I Collide is so much fun because so many great things happen in it. And then it's always like, oh fuck, I forgot to mention that I like this a lot. You know, I really like Homestuck. I remember Corner asked me once, so Riku, which one do you so what's higher on you for you? Is it Umineko or is it Homestuck? My god, Muscle, I hate every word he says and I love him so much. Every time it was like, why are words allowed to leave that beautiful face of yours? I also really like his relationship with Nepeta. I just wish we got a bit more. Like we just got more scenes of them just hanging out, chilling, because it was really cute. But of course, Muscle Man just has to be a fucking degenerate till his fucking death, and it's just like, come on, my guy. Though this fucking degeneracy mix of Dirk is just so funny. It's so good. I hate it. Part of me hates them saying it, but also that part that hates it understands weirdly where I'm coming from. I remember, I think it was when you're first introduced to him. Like you see that muscular horse picture on the wall, and I remember just seeing that, and they're like saying, You're not going to be this guy just yet." And I remember seeing this, like, thank God, I do not want to be that guy right now. The cat just chilling, watching the stream. Oh my god, cute little bleh, cat sticker. Yeah, cat is biggest Hiveswap fan. The blessing of reading it so recently is that I can remember most of the stuff still. Anything before Act 5 is a bit hazy because that was like 3 to 4 years ago when I read it. But then again, also to me, like that was more lackluster part. But I still feel like people should go through it. I gotta remember just like in Homestuck as someone else. I can understand that. there's a girl in community college who, like, really liked Homestuck and hated me because she hated that I dated the girl she liked. Oh my gosh, that sticker's so cute. Now every time they tell me they like Homestuck, I just see him as that guy. Well, I like Homestuck, and you can't see me as that guy because I'm this guy, and that guy is not me because I'm this guy. Then again, I'm not forcing it down your throat to say you need to read Homestuck or anything like that, or whatever that person probably. I'm assuming that's what they did. I just know the one girl that talked to me about it really fucking hated my guts because I dated the girl she liked. Was a royal ass, and I got nothing witty for that. And I'm a hard ass. I'm a hard ass man. I'm the hardest ass man I know. I still read the whole thing back then in like a week. I remember someone made it. I keep getting on my feed. Someone read Homestuck in like 5 days and their mental sanity went down apparently. And like, yeah, that's a lot of reading to do. No, no. Homestuck is fun. It is a good time. I do think the dub made my life easier consuming it though. I will say that. At least for the early bits. When people said, "And did you like when this happened?" The what? I think the biggest thing for me, and I think it also helps that I wasn't there for when it was being developed. But to me, Homestuck just feels fun. Like, yes, we get introduced to stakes and like absurd power levels, but it truly just does feel like fun in that we're gonna create fun, exciting stakes, but we're gonna also make sure the interactions with characters are like a treat to go through. Because there was a reward for listening to the PC guy's rants, PC Carcat ancestor rants, and that was seeing the mask slip off as soon as someone like managed to break through his bullshit, and then he had to like, wait, sorry, that wasn't very PC of me. Like, I do think that is probably my favorite thing about Homestuck is the interactions between characters, and that it was really fun. Or I'm trying to think, or engaging, I would say. Yes, I remember reading that in the comment a few days ago. Someone mentioned that because I forgot how his syllabus deck worked, and that no, he'd have to be rapping and making rhymes or whatever for all of this to make it work. Oh, And that was just a fun little thought that, like, you know, I didn't know, but then someone remembered. It's like, oh shit, and that's just fun. I think that's the biggest thing for Homestuck for me is that there's just fun things here. It's like Homestuck didn't say this, but if you remembered, that's a fun little treat to remember during that whole little sequence. Like if you remember or like it's just like a fun little it's like a fun little treat to have onto the scene. Oh my gosh, and fucking Carcat has trouble taking on the little dude from the one gang, and when he manages to not beat him, but like looks like tie him down, he acts like he just accomplished the biggest win, the biggest dub in like anyone's ever accomplished. He is so proud of himself. He's like, yeah, you get him, Carcat. Meanwhile, here's Terezi and Kanaya going against like overpowered individuals, trying to stand their ground, bloody and beaten. And Carcat, after being the one little guy, like, yeah, I did it. I'm a winner. Because KK was a little guy fighting a rock and probably would lose. Carcat. Carcat's just a bundle of joy. I do love his Shakespearean descriptions of things. So filled with hate. It's so beautiful. In theory, wasn't that guy's whole thing how no bad outcome would come his way, and then in fact that he managed to beat him means that he goes through even the most impossible of odds? Because Karkat's a survivor. We're a dying breed. I still fucking love that quote. I'm a survivor. We're a dying breed. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, or if like that, yeah, because I don't remember exactly. Because I'm gonna be honest. When it came to Caliborn's gang, it's a little fuzzy because that was long ass text of just him shouting them, describing things. I'm sitting there, it's like, okay, yep. And I guess that also makes sense of Carcat's whole thread because of their race should be dead, but they persisted, and like the one guardian entity from the planet was like, I just need someone who will lead them no matter what, essentially, and has the heart to do it. And that was Karkat, essentially. Yeah, just know that whole gang's, yeah, because I remember John, essentially, like when he was fighting, you'd see essentially like 4 or 5 different versions of the fights until like a version came up where he gets shot dead. But because I think through the power of his hope, he managed to overcome all the time loops. Okay, that makes a little more, okay, that makes a little more sense then. Homestuck is fun. This is starting to turn into the conversations that I have with my brother about Umineko. Fun fact: there's a point in time where we would drive from one city to another. It'd be about a 3.5 hour car ride, and for like 4 trips from going up and down, we would talk about that nonstop. But then one day we were like, "All right, we gotta stop talking about this because there's just a conversation that'll like continue forever." And we have managed to keep that promise since then. For those that don't know, I really like Umineko. Uh, it's one of my favorite stories of all time. So that's why Corner asked if I like Homestuck more than Umineko. And I'm gonna say it's definitely up there. It's a really good visual novel. It is. It's also one that can be condensed really easily. It's also one where you can give the answer that Ryokishi07 says what it's about, and when people read, they go, "What the fuck are you on?" And like and it's this thing of Umineko is a love story. That's it. It's a love story. And then people who read through and they see everything that happens, like, you're fucked in the head. And it's like, no, no, trust me. The Lion King original one more than Cowboy Bebop. That's also the other thing of like the time at when you read it, because like what other factors around the time did you read it make it more special? I definitely won't say Umineko was there in a time like it changed my life. It did open my eyes a bit, but it wasn't something like that like drastically altered the course of my life. Maybe it did, I just don't realize. But it's a thing of when it starts getting to like top 5 for me, it's not really that there's a number 1 spot, because I feel like at that point it's like you you start looking how to put it, you start quantifying your fun. And I'll always remember something my English teacher told me back in college. You should know why you like something. And I agree with him. Like you should really find out why you like something so you can like kind of comprehend and appreciate it more. But I feel like when you start getting to the nitty gritty of it, like I can understand why I like these two things. But I feel like if you go any deeper, it gets to a point where you start saying this shit of like, oh, uh the only reason you're it's like when someone tells you like the only reason you're doing is because it just tickles that certain part of your brain that gives you dopamine, and that's the only reason you want it. And maybe for other people, going that deep into it is also part of the fun, but for me, it's just like I know why I like it, and I'm not gonna try too hard to compare them. I might give you an answer saying I like this more than this, but at a certain point, it just gets to be an answer and not the truth. Where, yeah, maybe like if you ask me in an hour, it'll change because they will constantly switch back and forth. Like, oh, I like this more. Oh, I like this more because I'm not gonna go deeper into the depths of why I like it. except when there's like a clear answer. Like when I did the waifu list, like the clear and cut answer for favorite waifu was a Stealthful because other characters didn't exist that like really appealed to me the way that he did. Because a Stealthful, yes, is very attractive. Like, yes. But also that they are just let me first apparently YouTube chat went to shit. Right, successfully connected. Oh, something went wrong. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why. It showed me the monkey saying, "Oh, something broke," and it's like, what? Uh, like a Stoffel, to me, when I was introduced to them, was just a really good palate cleanser, I guess you could say, because they were a good person who just wanted to do good, and that was it. There was no deeper thought. There didn't need to be. Astolfo was just a good person who wanted to do good and didn't need to think about it and wasn't tied to any norms, any social norms that is, because they lacked the what is it? It's one of their skills in Fate Grand Order. It's like not loss of sanity or whatever. It's like evaporation of sanity, where social norms will not hold them back from just doing good. I think a scene that just really shows that well is from the anime where Mordor and Astolfo were introduced. I forget the name of it though. It was one where it's supposed to be like a huge, massive Grail War, but it's originally what Fate Grand Order was supposed to be, but then it changed and then it became this anime. And the anime I don't think was very good. Um, but essentially, the main character, Sieg, sees Astolfo after like running away from like the laboratory, or whatever, and goes, "Help me." And then Astolfo looks 2 seconds, goes, "Okay." Someone later comes on, and's like, "So you're not gonna get in trouble for this?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Are you sure about that?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'll deal with it." And that's it. There is no further. Like that's where it ends. Where I want to help. This person needs help. That's it. We're going to go do it. And then now more media is coming out on Astolfo just being like essentially just being the best bro, one of the best bros to the main character of Fate Grand Order, where he's just someone he can talk to essentially and give him and just kind of like talk to him. Because if I remember right, Agatha is the one of the areas for the 1.5 arc, which is still fucking insane to me because so this is in between arc 1 and 2. Yeah, it's 1.5. 1.5 was meant to be for us to help us in our next adventure. And the things that, you know, were abundantly clear now that we took for granted originally, it's like, oh shit. Because some of the reviews that we got 1.5 came back as like, you should have seen this coming when Arc 2 came out. And I do love the twists and turns that like if you would have looked at face value what we learned in that segment, you would have seen this coming. And it's like, But anyways, apparently they're doing a manga rendition of some of the stories from 1.5, or if not all of them. And it still has some really good scenes where they are essentially comforting, but also pushing the main character on. Because at this point, I don't think they've gotten a break and they're still fighting. And I think at this point, some tragedies just occurred. And like, after everything that has happened, they're just like worn out. But Astolfo, like, kind of picks them up and cleans them up a bit. I think in the scene specifically, he's like washing his hair and just says, "Listen, no matter what, we believe in you. I know you think we're like the greatest or whatever as servants, but look at you and what you've done. You're also pretty great too, don't you think? And if we say you're great, doesn't that make you great?" I believe is like the line. I could be wrong. It's been a while, but Astolfo is just like that. Now, as some of you may know, I have Astolfo is now in the same now has another person in that same tier, and that's Ishmael from Limbus Company. And for them, it's the mixture of their insanity and how competent they are. They're essentially the character that'll do all the research beforehand. Um, and they also don't sugarcoat their emotions. Like when they're annoyed, they'll show they're annoyed, especially when like everyone else is like, "Hey, we need to look this up. Let's look this up." She's the only one who looks it up. She then makes sure everyone knows that they're a dumb piece of shit, and that what inevitably the thing that they would have learned happens. If they read like a fucking brochure happens, she lets them know. Is like, "Nah, you deserve it. Fuck you." Or, "Oh wow, who could have seen that coming?" Also, I remember when we were starting to learn more about Ishmael, uh, Corin and I were along the thoughts that Ishmael was essentially a gifted kid who never got the opportunity for doing something better. So essentially, like a kid who could have gone to college, but like everything stood in their way for that. No, we learned something else. It was the fact that Ishmael made herself so competent that she was in the rat race against other students, finished college, but because she was so competitive, so prideful, that when she finished college, she didn't know what she wanted to do with her life. And that's when she meets Ahab, who had one clear destination, knew what they wanted in their life, and looked at them and said, "I want that." But then when they realized how far Ahab's determination went, that only set her back further because a lot of people she came to care about died because Ahab threw them to the side. Why? Because she was so determined on her life goal to hunt the white whale. And because of that, Ishmael develops her own blind obsession with Ahab and starts walking down that road. And then through events like becomes a better person after overcoming various trials. But yeah, no, Ishmael is up there. I think I think it's been a while since anyone, or if at all actually, if any character has been up there for Astolfo with me. One of them for being just Astolfo being the one who's just a good person in their entirety, where there is no thought, there is no what's in it for me. It's just go. It's go mode. And then there's Ishmael. How to put this? She's a prideful, shitty little gremlin, and I love her. Because when things go bad for her, typically it's not because of her pride. It's because the world is so insane. There's only so much she can do to be prepared for it. But at least she did her due diligence and will fight with all so that she can, despite the absurdity of the world. So good head on her shoulder. A little fucking gremlin at times who likes to throw shit at people for when they don't do the bare minimum. Yeah, there's that little conversation. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Homestuck stream that turned into rabble, yapping in second half. I don't like the things are telling me that they're loading. But yeah, that's why Ishmael is essentially up in that list. It's nice content still. I'm glad people are enjoying. But yes, essentially look forward to more Homestuck as the weeks go on. I'll probably keep up this pattern of as or at least until I get a job. So when I get a job, the morning part of the stream will just be removed. Like Hiveswap will be the thing that continues regardless. The morning streams are the things that'll be switched out because all they really are is just chatting streams essentially. I don't know if I'll do a Thursday morning stream because Limbus Company's having an update Wednesday nights. I might do a stream middle of the night Thursday and see how I feel for Thursday morning. Or I might just do Limbus on my own time. It doesn't matter. Because again, like, oh hey, he's playing a game that, I don't know much about. Not really the point of those streams. That's how I'm viewing them right now, where it's like if you're doing something in the morning and you just want something to listen into and the focus isn't really the game, but I'll be talking about the game a lot probably regardless. It's gonna be the morning streams. And then the streams in the afternoon are those the ones where it's like, all right, focusing more on like the actual game itself instead of like whatever topic comes up. Unless like it is right now where I have finished what I plan to do, which is a volume. Oh yeah. It's not volume, Riku, it's volume. I don't know, Pivot. Your mom likes it when I say it like that, so get off my back. His mom's such a sweet lady to me. I don't know why he gets so upset with me. My brother says whenever I do these your mom jokes and he's not here, it's like, it's not here. There's no punch, there's no impact. And I keep telling him, it's not the point. I gotta remain sharp, it's like working out. You stop for a while, you just lose your edge. You become a little lethargic. That's how it is with jokes about Pivot's mom with me. I'm gonna lose that edge if I don't keep referencing how much of a lover I am to her. So it doesn't matter if he's here or not. All that matters is I'm being consistent. Just like how consistently I am at his mom's place. No one else may laugh, but I'm sure having a fucking chuckle. All right. Oh, I do want to see. Nice. It's just a bunch of wieners. All right. So tomorrow is going to be more of the same. It's going to be World of Warcraft in the morning, and then towards the afternoon, it will be Homestuck. Tomorrow, hmm, if each part's an hour, if each volume is an hour, I might try to do two tomorrow. If not, I'll probably try to do two on Wednesday. 'Cause I wouldn't mind starting on Wednesday with Skyla and Branya if apparently they're like the really good part. So I think that's what we'll do. Uh No, we'll do 2 parts. We'll do 2 parts. We'll end on volume 3 tomorrow, and then Wednesday, we'll see how far we can get. Probably be another 2 volumes, and if I can do a 3rd one, we'll see. But yeah, no, that's the plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, more WoW, more leveling, and just talking about whatever. Uh, and then Wednesday, same pattern. Uh, WoW, Homestuck, and then Thursday will probably just be Homestuck. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time. I feel bad for this guy. I don't think he's ever gonna get fixed. I think the only option for him is become more broke. Yeah. Thanks, y'all. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.